In today's video, we are going to be discussing just some incredible footage that just really highlights John's tone from the Born and Raised era. Now, this specific footage is from the I Don't Trust Myself with Loving You outro solo, and man, it's just phenomenal. And it was actually posted to John's own Instagram page way before he took over running his own account now. This is 2013, guys. This is the Stone Age in terms of social media apps and everything. And in terms of Instagram, they couldn't even post the entire footage in one post. Multiple posts didn't exist. They posted it 5 times. And I just think this is footage that not a lot of you guys would have seen because you'd have to scroll all the way back on his Instagram page to even find it. So let's take a listen first at this outro solo, and I'll kind of blend it together as best as I can. Now, of course, the audio isn't perfect, it's not professionally shot or anything by that means, but the way John's guitar is so front and center in the mix of that audio is just fantastic, and I have no idea how they got it like that, if it's just the way the person who recorded it from John's camp was just sat and being blasted by the amps, which we're going to get into the gear in a moment here. But oh my god, it's just fantastic, and I think you guys can all agree that it's just a crazy listen of John's tone from that era. Again, just the way the guitar was so specifically present in the mix compared to a lot of other footage you'd hear from people taking, cell phone footage or whatever from way back then at one of his shows. The mix is a lot different compared to what we just heard there, and it's super interesting. Now, we can't discuss the tone of the Born and Raised era without doing a quick highlight of at least the gear we hear in this footage. Now, the guitar is, of course, John's 64 Stratocaster. Man, it's just an incredible guitar, and let's not forget, it's what Slow Dancing in a Burning Room was recorded on, so this guitar is just absolutely iconic for any John Mayer fan. The 64 and the black one are probably the 2 #1 Strats in your list of John's favorite Fenders, at least. Now, the pedal board, I'm not going to do a full breakdown of his pedal board that he had during the Born and Raised and Paradise Valley eras, so if you guys want to see that, though, leave a comment down below and I can make a video on a full breakdown of his pedal board back then in that era happened. But in terms of drives, it would have been an Ibanez TS10 as well as a Klon Centaur stacked together. And as well, there might have been a Kyu Katana on for this outro solo. John had 2 of them on, one is a leveler and a boost, and it's possible that boost was on for the solo as well, stacking all 3 together. But in this exact footage, we can't tell, but for sure was the TS10 and the Klon Centaur at the very least. That is a given. And of course, in terms of the amplifiers, we have 2 Two-Rock John Mayer signature amps as well as Dumble Steel String Singer 002. Now, this is one of the few times where John had a little bit of a wet, dry, wet thing going on. Now, he had 2 Bricassi M7 reverb units that ran into the loops of the Two-Rock John Mayer signatures. So all of the effects on the pedal board were running into the front of all of the amplifiers all on at once working together, but these big Bricassi M7 reverb units were used with both Two-Rocks, so you had a little bit of extra reverb going there, so a wet, dry, wet setup, but just with one effect really happening. The rest is all just in front of the amplifier. And during this era as well, we would see 6 Alessandro cabinets, 2 for each amplifier, and the top and bottom speaker cabinets for each amp actually had a different selection of speakers inside of them, and this would change depending on the night and the venue. Now, in this footage, you can see that the bottom cabs are the ones that are mic'd, and you're going to have Alessandro AHEP Neo speakers for the Dumble, and then you're going to have Celestion Sentry Neos in the 2 Two-Rock bottom cabinets. cabinets. So those are the speakers that you are hearing for those amplifiers in the bottom ones, which are mic'd. So you guys, please let me know your thoughts on this tone and this footage as a whole down below. If this is the first time you've ever seen this exact footage of John performing the outro solo of I Don't Trust Myself With Loving You in this way, again, I just thought I needed to highlight it because his guitar is just present in the mix in a way that you just don't normally hear, and it's just really front and center, and you just are like, whoa, okay. You're just getting just an earful of John's guitar sound, and it's just brilliant. Again, it's not professionally recorded by any means, but it sounds so damn good. I just had to share that with you guys. So until the next one, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Anyway, go ahead and click the subscribe button if you like what you see.